As the conflict between Israel and Hamas intensifies, an unlikely development has emerged. China playing the part of peace broker. But there are limits to what it can achieve. China's top diplomat Wang Yi discussed the conflict with officials in Washington at the weekend, amid fears of a bigger, regional war. The U.S. has pledged it would work with China on trying to find a resolution. Please subscribe the channel if you like the information. Mr. Wang has also spoken to his Israeli and Palestinian counterparts after China's Middle East Special Envoy, Jai Jun, flew to the region to meet Arab leaders. It has also been one of the most vocal proponents of a ceasefire in UN meetings. There are hopes China could tap into its close relationship with Iran, which backs Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon, to de-escalate the situation. U.S. officials apparently pressed Mr. Wang to urge calm with the Iranians, reported the Financial Times. China is Iran's biggest trade partner, and earlier this year Beijing brokered a rare détente between Iran and Saudi Arabia. Tehran says it stands ready to strengthen communication with China on resolving the situation in Gaza. As the Chinese government has had a relatively balanced relationship with all actors in the conflict, they could be perceived as an honest broker, said Dawn Murphy, an associate professor who studies Chinese foreign policy at the National War College under the U.S. Department of Defense. China has positive relations with the Palestinians, Arabs, Turkey, and Iran, she said. Together with the U.S., which has good relations with Israel, they could bring all of the players to the table. But other observers point out that China remains a minor player in Middle East politics. China is not a serious actor on this issue. Talking to people around the region, nobody expects China to contribute to the solution, said Jonathan Fulton, a non-resident senior fellow with the Atlantic Council, who specializes in China's relations with the Middle East. Also, the eyes of the world turned to the major powers, and China, as one of these powers, had its role to play. The global community now watches, waiting to see what the next move will be in this high-stakes game of geopolitics. China has a unique position in the Middle East. It maintains diplomatic relations with Israel, while also supporting the Palestinian cause. This delicate balancing act has allowed China to leverage its influence in the region. But how do in the case of China? The conflict could provide a chance to deepen its ties with both Israel and Hamas. On one hand, China could use its influence to mediate peace talks, positioning itself as a neutral and peace-promoting global leader. On the other hand, it could seize the opportunity to strengthen its economic ties with Israel, a nation known for its technological prowess. Beyond these political interests, there could be economic benefits at stake for China. The Middle East is a crucial node in China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, a development strategy aimed at enhancing regional connectivity and creating a more robust economic corridor. The conflict could potentially disrupt this initiative, or it could offer China a chance to reaffirm its commitment to regional stability, thereby securing its investments. It's also worth noting that China has a vested interest in the stability of global oil prices. The Israel-Hamas conflict could cause oil prices to spike, which would impact China, the world's largest oil importer. By taking an active role in mediating the conflict, China could help to stabilize oil prices, protecting its economic interests. So what does China stand to gain from the Israel-Hamas conflict? Is it political leverage, economic benefits, or something more? The answer lies in the unfolding of international relations. As we watch this narrative unfold, it becomes clear that China's role in the Israel-Hamas conflict is more than just a spectator. It's a complex game of chess, where every move has far-reaching implications.